Hey everyone, what's up? It's Balloon. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, happy Tuesday. Hope you're all having a great day. Yes, this video, as you can probably tell by the title, is going to be a little update on the whole Creepshow Art situation that's been going on, because it's kind of got worse and worse and worse as things have progressed since I last talked about this in a video. I talked about this like 6 days ago, I believe, and now there are more people coming out making videos who were previously friends or kind of, I want to say kind of colleagues or acquaintances with Creepshow Art, Shannon. There's a lot of people like Pastel Bell, Repzilla. There's also a lot of people from the art community who are kind of poking their head out and saying, yeah, you know, I was bullied by Shannon, Creepshow Art too. So we're going to get into some of this in this video right now. I've taken a lot of notes, so if I look down, then that's what it is. It's going to be me looking at my notes, because there's a lot to remember. There's a lot in this situation, and it's honestly quite dark. It's very kind of disturbing, and it's not something that I think is really easy to digest. So if you're triggered by things like essay and everything like that, then I'm maybe going to say maybe don't watch this video, or if you've not been following the Creepshow Art situation at all, maybe catch up on some other videos before this one. But we're going to start off kind of where I left off on my last video on this one. So since my last video, there have now been people like Repzilla, as I said, coming out making a video talking about all of their experiences with Creepshow Art. So Creepshow is currently bleeding subscribers. She's gone down to now 397,000 subs from 500,000, which is what she was at. So Repzilla spoke about situations where he'd been in group chats with Shannon and wasn't really paying attention to things when the allegations of all of Shannon's behaviour first came out. He spoke about when he'd been in group chats with Shannon, like last May, and Shannon would suddenly do things like leave the group chat. So from then, Shannon's behaviour apparently started to get a little bit kind of funny. Repzilla said when he would question Shannon about why she was doing things like leaving the group chats, he said her answers were quite vague and there was never really any kind of concrete answer for it. So it's kind of, you know, it seems like Shannon was kind of acting a little bit funny back then, you know, and I'm not saying this to kind of at Shannon or anything like that, because I don't think that's what we should really do in this situation. But I know that Shannon has upset a lot of people. She's upset people like Rich Lux as well. So it's very difficult, you know, when you've got somebody in the community who has apparently upset this many people as Creepshow Art has upset. You know, obviously I feel for the people who've been affected by Creepshow Art, you know, the people that were close to her. I do feel for them. People like Ashley Lilly and all of them, you know, I do feel for those people, because if that was my friend, finding out all of these shocking things would be very kind of like, whew, you know, it would be a lot. So I definitely feel for those people right now. But just to go back briefly, what Shannon was doing, one of her behaviours that she was doing was posting on a forum called Locale Farms. She was posting transphobic comments. She was posting ableist comments. She was posting a lot of nasty stuff about people that she formerly kind of spoke to, like Ready to Glare, Repzilla, Tamimi, all of these people, all of these other YouTubers that she was friendly with in the commentary community, Edwin Costa, they all got it a little bit, you know. So she's gone behind their back, said all this mess about them on this Locale Farms forum. I don't ever visit these type of forums myself, you know. Honestly, I think they're a breeding ground for toxicity, and that's why I would never go to those type of forums, because look, things like this happen, you know. You get people chatting shit about people that they were friends with. So I'd really rather not kind of visit those kind of forums myself. You know, it's kind of baffling why Shannon would do any of this. She was somebody who was, you know, making quite good money on YouTube. You know, she's came out, said she was earning like $20,000 a month on YouTube. So what happened? You know, it's really disturbing when you think about it. Somebody is earning that much money, yet they're still very unhappy, and they've gone on this forum talked a load of shit about people who were previously their friends. It's sad. It's very, very sad, I think. You know, rather than just standing here and bashing Shannon, I'm just going to say I think that action is very sad. So the admins of Lolcow Farms compiled a massive thread of all Shannon's posts that she was posting talking about other people under a false name. They compiled that thread. They also included the information about where she doxed her own sister who was in intensive care. I mean, I don't know what's going on in your mind that you dox your own sister who's in an intensive care unit. Like, fuck. That's deep. You know, that is very, very, very worrying. The sister also came out and confirmed this online. So that's no longer just hearsay. These are things that have actually happened. Shannon's own sister came online, confirmed that yes, she was doxed by her own sister Shannon. This is very creepy behaviour to me. I'm like, you know, I don't like that. You know, that is very worrying, very scary. To think that someone could do that to their own family member. I'm like, you know, and I'm not trying to make light of it or anything when I talk about it. It's just something that's very, very difficult to make any sense of. Like, why would you dox your own sister? I know that doxing is a thing that happens within the commentary community. You know, when people have this kind of arguments with each other and back and forth with each other and stuff, it does unfortunately happen. It's very dangerous. You know, I really wish it didn't happen. It happens in the drama and commentary community on YouTube though. And it's terrifying, you know, because your personal information can all just be put out on display and it makes you feel unsafe. So some of the other claims that Creepshow Art made was that her community tab on YouTube was somehow hacked. She changed the avatars. And I'm sorry, but if your community tab has been hacked, it's going to be your whole channel. It's not going to be just your community tab. So that was something that Creepshow Art went around telling people who were involved with her. So that's another lie right there. That's another worrying behaviour. Like, girl, there is so much to this. It's just insane how much there is to it. Another thing is Shannon said that she would be handling this whole thing, this entire case legally. So people are kind of speculating as to whether will Shannon be getting a lawsuit or not out on this whole thing. I don't know. I really don't know. But there have been people from the art community like Holly Brown coming forward and making videos detailing their experiences with Shannon. Holly Brown is someone who alleges that she was bullied, cyberbullied by Shannon also. I've already talked about the video that Emily Artful made that was 2 hours long, so I'm not going to get into that here. But now today as well, Pastel Bell has come out making a video saying that she's sorry that she was ever involved with Shannon in the first place. So now, isn't it funny, like all these people who were involved with Shannon, all these people who thought they knew Shannon, can't trust her at all now and have had to, unfortunately, come online and make their videos talking about this whole situation, why they can't trust her. But also, one of the things that I'm going to point out here is Shannon was also one of the people who really kind of defended James Charles when the whole Dramageddon 2 thing happened. And since then, Shannon was one of the people who went against YouTubers like Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star. She was one of the people who really, really stood up for James Charles. Where we are right now, you know, with the internet, I don't know if the internet is ready to accept James Charles back or not, because we've had all of those kids come out about James Charles. And honestly, where I'm sitting right now, it feels like Jeffree, Shane and Tati were actually right about James Charles in the long run. I don't know, allegedly, you know, but in hindsight now, looking at everything that's happened, it looks as though Jeffree, Shane and Tati were all right about the James Charles situation. So now this whole thing is a whole big mess where you've got creators like Creepshow who were standing up for James Charles. Creepshow has been exposed for all this dodgy behaviour. James Charles has been exposed for all this dodgy behaviour. And then you've got other YouTubers like Manny MUA who are staying completely silent on the whole James Charles situation. Gabriel Zamora, I'll give him his due. Gabriel Zamora did speak out on it. He spoke out on his Blunt Talk podcast with Here for the Tea. But Manny MUA has yet to say anything on the whole James Charles situation, which is something that I find very weird. And, you know, given that he was someone who last collaborated with James Charles before James took his leave off of YouTube, you know, you'd think that being as Gabriel's come out and said something about it, that Manny might like to say something too, you know, but I don't know. The whole situation is a huge mess, and it's just very unfortunate that this has blown up like this. And once again, you know, I'm very sorry to all of Creepshow's friends and the people that she's affected, because this is just like nothing I've ever heard before. This is just insane. I can't even find words to describe how terrible this all is. I'm hearing things, I'm seeing things on Twitter that say, oh, you know, this situation might change. I'm seeing more people posting videos all the time. Personally, for right now, I don't know what more I can add to the situation. I don't know what I can say about it. You know, honestly, I don't think there is anything that I can say. I'm not somebody who knew Shannon. I'm somebody who used to watch her content. So for me, I don't think there's anything that I can add to this topic right now. So I'm going to say take care, stay safe, stay well. Love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.